KFI AM 640 is later with Mo Kelly. It's Monday, and we're live everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. Had a great weekend. Went up to Pleasanton. They said, what? Where's Pleasanton? Well, it's about maybe 5 hours drive north of here. It's equidistant between, I would say, between San Francisco and Oakland. And went up there for a martial arts conference, World Keto Summit in Pleasanton. Had a real good time representing my dojang and also region, Southern California. So you might see a picture or two of that I've been posting on social media. There's some other videos and things I needed to upload. I had a live video that I had over the weekend, but it was a really, really good weekend. But it's also good to be back. Missed you on Friday, and it's good to be back with you here on Monday. Mark Ronner, it's good to see you again.
I'm glad you brought up martial arts because last night I was up late watching 5 Shaolin Masters on the Arrow app.
Was it good?
It's terrific. It's a classic. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you've recommended it. I just have to get around to seeing it.
No, I don't. We both grew up doing martial arts, and you still are much more active in it than I am. And I never really gauged if you were into the movies. But let me just put in a plug for Arrow, the streaming app. They have prints, these beautiful, pristine prints of old 70s Golden Harvest and Shaw Brothers things. Mm-hmm. They are just eye-opening. They're magnificent.
It was because of martial arts cinema that I became a martial artist. And I've said it before. People wrongly ascribe the Karate Kid as the origin of my desire to be in martial arts. No, it's The Last Dragon. Loved the Karate Kid, but The Last Dragon was the one that said, okay, I want to do that. I want to see if I can do some of those things.
Okay, well, you would love this stuff. You should fork over like the $5-7 a month it is for an Arrow video subscription.
I think I can handle that.
You think?
Yeah, and speaking of good cinema, Tawala Sharp saw Superman not once but twice this weekend. He saw it for a second time.
He cheated on me. He went without me a second time.
Yes.
And I had to go late last night, Mark. I had to because we had quite possibly one of the most divisive, divided episodes of the legendary Nerdo Roundtable, and because of the vibrant back and forth, I said, damn it, I'm going to go and see it again.
Well, I want to see it again, too, actually.
We know that Twala loved it. We know that Mark loved it. I was a little less than that. But it has had a profound impact on the box office that cannot be denied. And it's also spurned what will be the James Gunn universe. There are already TV shows lined up, and DC is planning its 100th anniversary in 2035. There's so much to discuss in and around that movie and its impact on the industry. All positive so far. That's coming up in the third hour. We have to tell you about some bad news. A man fell into a meat grinder here in California. Ooh,
damn.
That's a really bad way to go. And Stefan, I'm telling you right now, I don't want any inappropriate sound effects, okay? Please be respectful.
I promise.
Okay. So no sounds of like a grill, cooking meat?
No grinder sounds, none of that kind of stuff.
This is a pretty grisly story. I would tread lightly.
Yeah, it is. You know, let's have a little respect, okay?
Are we going to talk about going to get burgers tonight?
No, we're not.
No burgers.
No. Okay. It's a meat grinder, not a human grinder. No one's trying to be a cannibal. Okay.
How would we know though? And would any burger joint out here let us know if they accidentally got some dearly departed gentleman burger?
Well, here's the thing. Given what was thought to be a scandal in the 1970s with Jack in the Box.
Yes, right.
It was both kangaroo meat and also horse meat, depending on the conspiracy theory.
Yes.
But there was an incident at a meat packing plant, and there was a concern whether some of that meat got into this meat. It's not unheard of, but I'm not going to mix my meats here. Okay, we're just talking about an unfortunate individual. Next segment, who lost his life falling into a meat grinder, which has been described as an industrial accident. So we're going to take it very seriously. Hey, Stefan, I gave you specific instructions, and you couldn't even wait 3 minutes.
My hand slipped. Sorry.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, fish.
We got to tell you about the 10 best lakes in the United States, and I think I've been to 3 of them. Tuala, I think maybe you've been to 2 of them, depending on how close you were in Erie. I assume that you might have gotten to 1.
Yeah. That microphone. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and I assume that Mark Ronner, given his proximity in the Midwest, he might have been to a couple of Great Lakes.
Not so much, but I mean, what's the one next to Chicago? That's the one. Michigan?
I think it's Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. We'll talk about that. The best one. I know.
I don't want angry letters from people giving me geography lessons.
You're going to get angry letters no matter what.
I knew it was Lake Michigan. Get off my back.
We got to go beyond the box score with Jackie Ray. We have to get into that John Elway incident where he was riding in a golf cart and all of a sudden his close friend, air quotes, and former agent ended up dead. It seems that John Elway will not be charged, but there's still some questions around that event. We have to talk about that. And if you happen to be a boxing fan or a female boxing fan, Laila Ali, the daughter of the late Muhammad Ali, who former undefeated world champion, says that she might come out of retirement if the money's right to fight Claressa Shields. I would pay money to see that. Only problem is it couldn't be a real fight if only because Laila's 47, and that turns into like a Jake Paul fight, really.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, I want to see it, but I would have want to see it like 10 years ago.
There you go.
Not now. Not now, because I want to remember Laila Ali at her fighting best.
Oh, and she was one of the best.
Oh, yeah, and I believe
the best. Yeah.
Laila Ali in her prime walks through Claressa Shields. No disrespect, but I just do.
Yeah, in her prime, yes, absolutely. Even though Claressa Shields, she is magnificent.
Magnificent.
She's magnificent.
Remember we told you about that sex story with Fox Sports, how Joy Taylor was rumored to have slept her way into her show. She's sleeping with an executive, allegedly. Well, they've canceled her show and other shows, and it makes you wonder if there's any direct connection. We'll get into that as well. And KFC is supposedly making a comeback. Don't get me wrong. I prefer KFC to Chick-fil-A, but KFC has fallen far behind the pack when it comes to chicken. I don't know, maybe they need to check their meat grinder.
Oh, man.
Just because I use the word meat grinder, Stefan, does not mean cue, play meat grinder sound effect after I told you, please don't use sound effects because we're going to have a modicum of respect in this next segment when we talk about the unfortunate tragedy.
Yeah, that ship sailed.
And did you know that Las Vegas is going to be unveiling a new Uno experience? Uno's going to Vegas.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Of all the card games that we have that would lend itself to a Vegas treatment, I don't know why they haven't done more of that beyond just Uno.
Because that is so easily playable and it's really easy to get competitive.
Yeah, it's easy to get competitive. It's a game that people like to play, would be enthusiastic to play. And if you put some money on the line, I'm quite sure you could do it in Vegas. They got card games, so why wouldn't you do it? And no surprise, it's Monday night, so we have your horoscope. Hopefully, we won't be talking about anyone's anus this week. Hopefully, it's all up to Mark, to Tuala, because Tuala gives me things, and sometimes he thinks they're funny. I don't think they're funny, but
we are not going all the way to the planet Uranus.
Okay, and of course, we have to talk about Superman and its big box office win. The supposed controversy with Fox News and how woke Superman supposedly was now as opposed to previous iterations did not impact the result. Well, actually, you might even make the argument that it helped out the movie in terms of promoting it. So more people are aware of it and curious about it. We'll talk about that in the third hour and so much more. It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And this is a very, very sad story. Just in case you didn't hear about it, there was a 19-year-old man. They've not released his identity, and that could be for any number of reasons, who was killed when he fell into a meat grinder at a Vernon food processing facility last night. Vernon as in the city of Vernon. Supposedly, this man was a member of the sanitation crew at Tina's Burritos, which is at the 2600 block of Vernon Avenue. And this is according to the Vernon Police Department. It happened around 9:30 p.m., where he fell into a meat grinder, which is being described as an industrial accident. He fell. I said he fell, Stefan, into the meat grinder. I don't know if it sounded like that, but it probably was a thud. The California Occupational Safety and Health Administration is expected to be at the facility today. I don't know what they found. I don't know what they worked out, but I think of it this way. Tina's Burritos is going to be shut down for quite some time.
Absolutely.
Quite some time. Because from the way that the story is told, he fell into an active meat grinder. It wasn't like he just fell into a vat, an empty vat, and came up with superpowers or something like that. He fell into the meat grinder where it seemingly was grinding meat. That's really inappropriate, Stefan. I'm not going to tell you again. Okay? I could barely stand the fact that you did a body drop sound effect. I don't know who told you that. Maybe it was Mark. Maybe it was Tawala.
No, you geniuses are on your own with this stuff. I will not take part.
Okay. You got standards.
I feel for this young unnamed man. I think that this burrito place should name a burrito after him.
So when you bite into the burrito, you'll think of him?
No, it's just that when you think about all that, was it Stella's?
It's Tina's Burritos.
When you think about all that Tina's Burritos does, and you think about this young man and how he lost his life going into the grinder, even after you clean every bit and piece of him out of there, I think that there should be some type of memorial, like a burrito named after him. I think Tina should have whatever this young man's name is, burrito, on their menu.
The creamy one on the Motown chat, Momigos chat says, too soon, Tawala. Too soon.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Oh, man.
Aaron Eaton says, I hope his name was Chuck.
Aaron.
I'm trying to have an adult, serious conversation, and you're making ground meat jokes.
Look, my son is 19. And if my son fell into a meat grinder, I would never, ever eat a burrito again.
Charger 55 says the best jerky in 5 counties. Come on now. Come on.
No, they don't make jerky there. They make burrito, carne asada, steak.
Is somebody cooking something?
Could human flesh be considered the other white meat a la pork?
I'm just asking. There's some questions that I have. I don't know why this individual, may he rest in peace, was anywhere near the opening of the meat grinder. It says that he was a part of the sanitation
He was
crew.
cleaning it.
I assumed that he would be cleaning the outside, not like, have you ever, okay, I've had to clean a toilet before. Hopefully everyone has cleaned a toilet before.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You don't need to like stick your whole body in, it's almost like falling off a cruise ship. You have to work really hard.
I'll tell you this, Mo. I used to work at Taco Bell. Never once did I ever put my body inside of the oven to clean it. You have a long scrubber and you scrub around inside there and get all in the nooks and crannies. You don't open that bad boy up, at least back in the day. You don't open that bad boy up and try to get inside.
Well, it's still not too late.
It's just a hateful individual we have in the news. It's just hateful. You have no respect for human life
You're
at all.
going to turn this back on me?
Yes. Well, I'm trying to have a serious conversation here. I have questions that need answers as far as how this happened.
All three of you are monsters.
Not surprisingly, they've withheld the name because there's an ongoing investigation. You're making an assumption that they're calling it an industrial accident. It might have been intentional.
I mean,
we might be looking at a murder here.
Think about it. From my understanding, and I'm just going back in my mind of how meat grinders look. They're not on the floor. There's no vat that's on the floor.
You got to climb up.
You have to climb up to get into it, and it almost looks like the ones I've seen look similar to like a cement mixer, right?
Yes.
A portable cement mixer.
Yes.
You do have to kind of get now for this thing to be going Okay, it was actively grinding. What were you cleaning? If it's actively grinding, what were you cleaning?
Yes, it's
That
like
doesn't make sense.
That goes back to the oven is on. You don't clean it while the oven is on.
The way
Right.
I understood the news report was that he was cleaning it, fell in, and it somehow turned on accidentally.
Okay,
That's
now
not
we're talking
how
about a
it
murder
works. That's
investigation.
murder, Mark.
Murder. It wasn't off. He fell in, and then all of a sudden it's on because it's just like a weight trigger.
Yeah, his foot did not hit the on switch when he went in. I'm
Well,
sorry.
since we got Columbo and Jessica Fletcher in here on the case,
Why
I'm
is
sure
that
we'll
be
get to the
Jessica
bottom of this. Just accept
I
it.
mean, Mark, look at a meat grinder, and you tell
No, you
me
look
if
at a meat
falling
grinder.
into a meat grinder. Dan, can you bring up a picture of a meat grinder?
No, Dan,
Okay, wait.
Don't-
Let's take this step by step. He climbed up on some sort of steps, elevated platform. Okay.
Yes.
Somehow, some way, he fell into the meat grinder, which was off. Okay, he is laying prone, and all of a sudden, it just clicks on by itself like it's the Terminator.
That's no. And look at this. Look at this right here. You're saying you can't fall into that thing. Most meat grinders that are industrial strength at a restaurant are not actually large enough for you to fit your whole body in, and also accidentally turn it on.
It says fell into. Okay, so
Fell
I'm looking at it
into.
like it's a very large opening. Okay, it's not like one of the traditional ones that you see grinding like just a slab of beef or something. It's much larger to handle a human body.
Yeah,
I think that he was murdered. I'm sorry. I think
But
there needs
even
to be
still,
investigation.
most industrial meat grinders, I'm looking at several pictures here. These things are the switch is nowhere near the mouth of the meat grinder, Mark. It's nowhere near the mouth. It's on the side. You would have to actually fall in and then reach out and hit the button. No.
Yeah, Mark.
Something happened to this man, and there's a reason why they have not released his name. They haven't released any of the particulars because the Vernon Police Department, they're doing their due diligence and they're investigating, and they can see that this was some sort of homicide, not an industrial accident. And I thought you, as the former police blotter reporter, would know better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
Come on, Mark.
Do you
Well,
think
why do you
it's
hate
possible?
America?
What's wrong with you? What happened to you guys over the weekend? Did Superman have no effect on? Did it make you even less moral? What is wrong with the three of you?
We
are
are
you saying?
advocates for the deceased.
Yeah, you're the Sherlock Holmes of meat grinders. All
Are you
right.
saying you buy this story as it's being presented?
I don't know, but it's
What don't you know, Mark? He fell into a meat grinder that was off and mysteriously it turned on? That's not how meat grinding works.
This is
Mark.
not Jeffrey Epstein level. This is real simple here, okay?
You think?
Yes.
I think he was getting ready to spill the secrets on Tina's magic burritos.
Probably there was something nefarious going on
Mhm.
in that establishment. I don't know for certain, but I think that there's a question of whether he fell, whether it was actually off, or whether it's connected to some other circumstance
Maybe,
which led to his death.
Maybe they're wrapping up more than burritos at Tina's. Maybe they're wrapping up some drugs. I don't know, Mark. I don't know why you kill a
Hypothetically
young
speaking.
man. Hypothetically, I don't know why you would a young man would mysteriously lose their lives cleaning. I mean, it's almost like, hey,
Sounds
kid,
like a hit.
need you to clean the meat grinder today. Oh,
Yeah.
sure, I got it.
Don't worry
No
about
problem.
it. It's off.
In the name of God, can we go to the news?
That was really inappropriate, Stefan.
Man, you got to focus group this stuff.
KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And when we come back, we're going to tell you about the 10 best Great Lakes in the U.S.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Mr. Mo Kelly here. KFI AM 640, live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And speaking of YouTube, you ought to check it out. Go to youtube.com, look for my page, at Mr. Mo Kelly. If you like and subscribe, it's easier to find. But our video technical director, Daniel, has put up all these new shorts and added content where if you missed a portion of the show, you can find previous shows, the whole video podcast, and you also have these short vignettes, bite-sized morsels that you can digest and just take in some funny moments or poignant moments of the show. And it's really cool. Daniel's put a lot of work into it. He needs to be recognized for it. So be sure. In fact, you ought to just check it out right now while you're doing the live show at Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube. Let's find out what your next vacation spot should be in terms of the lakes. And this is from USA Today, the 10 best lakes in the United States, according to USA Today. Coming in at number 10. Lake Havasu, which obviously borders California, Arizona. Arizona is home to massive spans of bone-dry desert, but that doesn't mean it's totally devoid of water features. A prime example, the sprawling Lake Havasu, a massive reservoir located on the California border, developed in the 1930s, is hugely popular for bass fishing and even played host to a large population of introduced white sturgeon in the 1960s. Coming in at number 9 of the best lakes in the country. Lake Champlain, New York and Vermont. Vermont is renowned for its sprawling mountain ranges, as the state is no stranger to gorgeous water features either. Case in point, Lake Champlain is a massive body of water that runs 107 miles along the New York-Vermont border. In terms of urban exploration, Burlington is a particularly popular drinking and dining destination on the shore, while there's a wealth of parks and islands for nature lovers to explore as well. Coming in at number 8 of the best lakes in the country. Lake Cumberland in Kentucky. Catch up. Yeah, there we go, Daniel. Catch up. Lake Cumberland. The southern reaches of Kentucky play host to Lake Cumberland, a 102 square mile reservoir that's split between 5 counties. Though originally created as a source of hydroelectric power, the body of water has become a top spot for outdoor recreation over the years, providing ample opportunity for both boating and fishing. Now, number 7 of the best lakes in the United States, according to USA Today. Lake Superior, and it lives up to its name. Measuring at a staggering 31,000 square miles, Lake Superior has the largest surface area of any freshwater lake on planet Earth. And it crosses Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Coming in at number 6. What do you think, Tuala? Lake Erie. It traverses New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
I love Lake Erie. It is beautiful. The ice fishing was great. It's just beautiful. Go down to the water and hang out. It was the main attraction while living in Erie.
Coming in at number 5 of the best lakes in the United States. This one I have been along the border of, Lake Michigan. Perched along the borders of Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan, the aptly named Lake Michigan serves as the largest lake on Earth to reside solely in one country. In addition to gorgeous natural sites like Indiana Dunes National Park and Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore, Lake Michigan coast is lined with dazzling cities like Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Chicago, offering visitors an opportunity to blend outdoor adventure with urban exploration during their trips. Coming in at number 4. Marion Lake in Minnesota. Sorry, haven't been there. Don't plan to go there. But it draws residents of Minneapolis and beyond with its incredible potential for fishing. Well, maybe I've driven by it. During a day on the water, anglers can catch a wide range of creatures spanning from bluegill to largemouth bass. The lake is also popular for swimming, boating, and a wealth of other water and shore activities. Coming in at number 3 of the best lakes in the United States. Lake George in New York. On the southern edge of New York's Adirondacks, Lake George has been a popular vacation destination for well over a century, drawing both aristocrats and outdoor adventurers to its shores. Visitors can marvel at the architectural wonders along Millionaire's Row, while water activities span from sunset lake cruises to parasailing to taking a leisurely dip at one of the lake's many beaches. Number 2 of the best lakes in the United States. Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin. It's known for its crystal clear waters that glisten in a gorgeous blue-green shade. The sandy bottom adds to the lake's appeal, making it an ideal spot for swimming, boating, kayaking, paddleboarding, and sailing. Take some time to explore the lake's hidden coves, abundant fishing areas, and the scenic shoreline boasting historic lakeside resorts. And now coming in at number 1 of the best lakes in all the United States. Big Bear Lake, right here in California.
Yeah, man.
Whether you visit during peak summer or the most frigid depths of winter, there's a massive array of activities to enjoy across Big Bear Lake. We all know, and it's the largest recreational body of water in Southern California. During the snowy season, the region is particularly popular for skiing and snowboarding, while summer brings top-tier fishing opportunities with anglers gathering to search for rainbow trout. Yes, Big Bear Lake, I've been to a few times, so I am kind of partial, biased.
Yep.
California favoritism, absolutely. The best lake in the United States found right here in California, Southern California to be exact. And when we come back, we got to tell you about this East Coast garbage strike, which is impacting Orange County. How does that work out? We'll tell you in just a moment.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Later with Mo Kelly, live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And this next story is pretty intriguing because you think of what may happen on the East Coast is not directly going to impact the West Coast when you're talking about labor disputes. But this is what we're having right now. There is an ongoing, or has been an ongoing, trash strike in Boston. And if I'm reading this correctly, because of that strike in Boston, greater attention was being paid to what was going on with trash collectors here in Southern California, specifically Orange County. And the strike then carried over to what was happening here in Southern California. And it started out on some level as a show of solidarity, and then it turned into a full-blown strike here in Southern California. If you have Republic Services, you probably are not alone because it's one of the largest residential waste haulers in North America. I have Republic Services, but it has not directly impacted me as of yet, and I'm in Los Angeles. But the trash collection delays are impacting multiple Orange County cities right now, including Anaheim, Brea, Garden Grove, Fullerton, Huntington Beach, Santa Ana, Placentia, Seal Beach, and Yorba Linda. And the strike officially began back on July 1st with over 400 sanitation workers walking off the job. And their union, Teamsters Local 25, says that their employees deserve better benefits and pay from Republic Services. And they're supposed to go back to the table tomorrow. And if you've ever been around long enough to deal with a waste collection strike, it can disrupt a city or your neighborhood almost instantaneously. We take it for granted. You know, my trash is picked up on Thursday, so I usually put out the cans Wednesday, late afternoon, Wednesday night, so I don't have to get up early. And you just expect that it's going to be picked up, and you go on with your life. And then on Friday, you can start all the way over. And you know when it gets around the holidays, you got more trash than usual. And you think if it's missed just 1 week, it'll completely throw your life off. You don't know what to do with it. It starts piling up. The smell is horrible. You think, well, if it smells bad in the house, I'll just take it outside and drop it in one of the trash cans. You can't do that. I mean, because your trash is already just spilling over. And then you have to find somewhere else to take it. And I've had situations where you have to put your trash in the car and take it to some dumpster somewhere, maybe at like a grocery store when they have a dumpster outside somewhere you can dump it off, and you take it for granted, unfortunately, how important waste haul and collection can be. And this is something which it doesn't seem like is going to come to any conclusion anytime soon. Like I said, the union and company are due back at the negotiating table with a federal mediator on Tuesday. We don't know when trash collection services are going to be restored here or elsewhere around the country. We don't know whether this strike here in Orange County is going to spread to Los Angeles and beyond. We don't know if there's going to be one deal, which is going to serve all around the country. What I said is a federal mediator, so maybe they're looking to have just one comprehensive plan which will satisfy all of the employees across the country. But if this should expand and this strike should spread across the various places in which Republic Services does serve, this could be very disruptive for everyone you know. And you don't think about it, but then you realize Republic Services covers a large area. And Stefan, I don't know if you're Republic Services or not, but I know it's most of the area around me. They cover everyone.
I think I'm Waste Management.
Your Waste Management.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm definitely Republic Services.
Okay.
And I haven't had a real problem with them. The only time I deal with them is like whenever we have a holiday that I know it bumps me to the next day.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate those days.
Yeah, because I forget. And then my trash is like sitting out there next to 24 hours. And that's a big deal because that means I have to be extra vigilant with the coyotes because there's more available food for them. Those are the things that I worry about.
Yeah, actually, just a quick side note. I thought of you because I was doing Uber and I ended up over in Flint Ridge, and that's where there's a lot of hills and stuff. And I saw a bunch of coyotes, and man, they are not scared if you just turn to like. I think of you because you're like, no, just get rid of them. And I just I have a Prius, so I can't rev my engine, but I just went as fast as I could. They don't move. They don't care. They'll just look down right at your headlights and they will stay right there.
Now, I've seen them here in Burbank. I know we're digressing, but it's still kind of tangentially related. We have a den of coyotes here around the station because when I walk out at night, every once in a while, I'll see a younger one or an older one, but they're like right in this iHeart Media complex. And
Yeah.
I don't know where, but I think we're going to have a misunderstanding at a certain point because they're not scared of anyone. And I think that there is some sort of trash to tie it back together. There's some sort of trash food source. And also they have the squirrels, which serve as a rodent food source, which they might be chasing.
And that
them.
might be what they're going after because they hang out around here, especially because Tim likes to feed the, what is it, Pinnacle Pete?
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
I don't feed anything. I'm not going to feed those squirrels anything. We have raccoons. I know a raccoon attacked Tawala once, threatened to kill him.
Oh, really?
No. You haven't
Here?
heard him tell us? Yeah, here when he's leaving the station.
I just know he encountered coyotes.
We've encountered
seen him
coyotes. We've encountered raccoon. I've seen the raccoon. It didn't give me a problem. I guess I don't think it saw me, but I could see it moving away in the distance. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff running around here. And I do think it has to do with the available trash sources. Mark, you leave later than all of us usually.
I do, and there's some big ass coyotes that I've seen, like the size of horses. They look terrifying.
So you've seen the den, basically.
I don't know. There's a big lot directly across the street, and also across from the Whole Foods, and there must be a bunch of them that live there.
Well, I think that's part of it because the Whole Foods, they have a trash store somewhere. Because I did see the coyote literally cross the street from where our studios are, right by Morton's, running towards Whole Foods. So I don't know where all their trash is, but the coyotes probably know.
That's what I assumed, was that it was a food source for them. And they are absolutely fearless. They'll stand right there and stare you down.
And to tie it again, all back together, if this trash strike should expand, you will have all these unintended consequences and disruptions that people don't even think about because we just take it for granted that our trash is going to be picked up with a degree of regularity.
That's true. Could we please circle back to Tawala getting attacked by a raccoon?
Yeah, that's his story to tell. But you didn't know that? Seriously?
No, I didn't know that.
I think it was a family of them, and maybe they felt threatened.
Oh, a whole family. Maybe he just looked tasty coming out of the building.
He's not here to defend himself. He had to go do something. But I'll let him know that you were making fun of him being attacked.
I would never say something in bad taste like that, like you guys did the first segment. But
We don't.
We're reporting the news.
Yeah.
We are talking about local news.
Uh-huh.
And it just so happened that an unfortunate incident happened to a 19-year-old man who fell in a meat grinder.
Don't play the sound effect.
I'm not. And Stefan took it upon himself to play those unnecessary sound effects. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. I would never do that.
I should have known that saying "don't play it" meant automatically you will be sure to play it.
Wait, I didn't do it. How do we know that you did? You could play sound. You play sound in the news. How do we don't know that you didn't play the sound effects?
Because in the news, I don't play sound effects for a punchline.
We don't know that.
Okay.
How do we know that you didn't do that? If you can play sound, you can play sound effects, and we all know you have questionable judgment.
Yeah, clearly, as this conversation has proven.
You're the one who wanted to circle back. You
I
did that
wanted to circle
intentionally.
back to Tuwala nearly being devoured by a cute little raccoon.
Oh, now they're cute.
Oh, they're adorable. They're adorable, and he must have
with rabies.
He must have been wearing something provocative,
Like a skirt.
to bring it on. Yeah.
Oh, he was asking for it.
Yeah, maybe some like short jean cutoffs.
That doesn't
he wears
sound
those
very-
all the time.
But we're inappropriate,
Yeah,
and disrespectful.
that's right.
That doesn't sound very professional, Mark.
KFI AM640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.